Good morning, traders. So we're still using the Bill Williams theory and having a look at the the Dow Jones. So, yeah, extreme volatility at the moment on the daily. But if we look at the weekly, that's even more extreme. Okay, big down, big up, big down. And I think the reality is this big down is going to be an even bigger down. So we have politicians playing games again today, and just pushing China's. Well, you've got American politicians just pushing China's buttons, and I can't help but think that something's going to snap. Something's really going to snap, and it's not going to be pretty for the world. But anyway, when there's money involved, that's just the way things go. So, what are we looking to trade today? So for me, short it is. There is pretty much nothing else to talk about except you're looking for shorts. The key element here is going to be this sort of this inside tail here, okay, which lines up with this inside tail and pretty close to this one. If I look to the left, there are some inside tails there as well. Yeah, so there's another one there, some more there. Okay, so that is pretty much our key level. Then after that, we are looking, I would assume, this inside tail here. Well, we can actually line it up to there. Yeah, that looks like that inside tail. Yeah, that looks like what the levels are we want to watch. Okay, so breaking below these levels of 24091 and 24344 is going to be fairly interesting, to say the least. So at this stage, because of the political games going on, I was about to say NAS pairs, but the Nasdaq is currently sitting, well, yesterday first, let's start with that, yesterday. So yesterday closed 3.7% down. Right now, it is sitting 1.7% down. Okay, so that's almost, well, it is over 5% that the Nasdaq has fallen in pretty much less than 24 hours. Okay, Asia is getting hammered good and proper. If I look at the Dow yesterday closed 3% down, and it's sitting 1.5% down at the moment. Okay, and we are falling. I mean, you can see it. I'm on the daily, and you can see how the daily candle's moving here. So, normally I would say, this is a great level to be going long, hitting these inside tails. But actually, I think you should rather be looking for shorts because I have a feeling this is the end of the bull run for the US markets. For longer as the political landscape stays like it is, this is what's going to be happening. So tomorrow's non-farm payrolls as well, so that could also be throwing a spanner in the works. But I think for today, expect more downside. And if you want to be short is where you want to be. Now, the problem with this is, one tweet, one bit of political noise, and this thing will reverse on a dime as well. Okay, so in other words, be very, very cautious trading this thing right now. Let's just have a look at the 4-hour. Okay, you can see we've hit some fairly significant levels here. And let's just pick up this measured move as well. Suppose we might as well just take it from here because that's what it is. That was our first move down. No, sorry, maybe a little bit more conservative here. So really just this fall here we'll take, okay? And okay, so that should line up with these inside tails here, and pretty close. Do it like that. There we go. Okay, so this is the area that you're looking to target today. Challenge is, where do you get in? And we'll have a look on the lower time frames. I'm kind of reluctant to get in at this level because, to me the move is kind of almost over because we are at some levels here. So I would expect some kind of a bounce before we move to the downside. But anyway, so you can see how things were progressing very slowly like this. And then we had the politician step in, and immediately in after hours trade, we fell 300 points. Okay, so I think today is short again. If you are sitting short, then no reason to get out of it. Just move your stop below this fractal level at the moment, wait for the next pullback. Will be an opportunity to get back in short and then move to the downside. Now, the problem that we've got with big moves like this, especially on the Dow, is it doesn't leave you with an entry. So coming in here is not going to leave you an entry, and I'm going to explain that to you with the Bollinger. I think that'll be the best way to look at it. Okay, so let's just go there right now. And I think maybe we must just make the Bollinger Bands a bit thicker so you can see it on the camera. Okay, so that's our Bollinger Band. Don't worry too much about the oscillators here. There's many oscillators you can use with the Bollinger Band, but we're not talking Bollinger Band strategy. What I want to show you though is how price stepped out the Bollinger, again out the Bollinger, but a lot closer, and now we're coming down, test the Bollinger again. So whenever this happens, you either have a reversal or a bit of consolidation. So look to the left here, see how far out the Bollinger, far out, closer. There was a close, so we closed closer to the Bollinger Band, then we closed inside the Bollinger Band. That's 1, 2, 3, and then we went sideways into a squeeze. Okay, so let's get to another. Here's another one. So outside quite far, inside, and then we're still going down, but there's your warning that move was coming. Similar here, out, 1, 2, 3, and then inside, and then we move to the upside. Okay, so Bollinger, and if you do this on the higher time frame, that gives you another view. Here you can see close outside the Bollinger, close inside the Bollinger, and then we rallied up. So at this stage, we close on the Bollinger. Now we are at the bottom of the Bollinger here. Okay, so here's another one. Out, so out quite far, out not that far, on or inside the Bollinger. Third time, rally. Okay, and here you can see again, out, inside, rally. Okay, so what I always try to do is watch. Just keep the templates open, so that's why I've got the Bollinger template, so I can just often just have a quick look to see where we are in relation to the Bollinger. Okay, let's just get back to. Actually, I just want to go to the Ichimoku quickly because this is going to be telling. So you can see how we're pointing to the downside on the 4 hour. We've broken through the cloud. Chico's band's broken through, so this is downward trend. Okay, problem on the daily though is we're actually pointing slightly up with Tekinson here. Okay, now at this stage on the daily, I think you can basically ignore any Ichimoku signals at the moment because we are so volatile that Ichimoku is going to be so far delayed because it's running 26 periods in the past and 26 periods in the future. It's not really going to be giving you a solid signal. Okay, so even on the 4 hour, it's a case of through. You would have expected a test. The test didn't happen. We just broke through. So because we're swinging up and down through the Bollinger, through the cloud, that's an indication of confusion, but confusion on the higher time frames. Okay, so for now, I would say short, but I'm not willing to go short at this level here. So it's probably going to be a case of sit and wait for me at the moment. There's nothing really else that I can see there. Okay, so I think pay attention to your levels. That's the thing that you need to do. Okay, this, it's almost, yeah, there it is there. Okay, so that is our current level. So you can almost expect the price to come down here. But, you know, having a look at this where we had a move down, then a strong green candle, I was expecting this to start rallying. Okay, but now that we're coming back down again, you're probably going to end up with a red bar for the week. And markets have inertia, so you can expect the same thing next week, and then you should expect a bit of a rally. So yeah, this is really difficult because this is a piercing part to the downside. Okay, and this trend line here is the one that we're watching. So let's just see if we can get a level. Okay, there's an inside tail. Okay, which will be down here, and let's use this one up here. There is another inside tail there. Okay, which lines up with the low of 2 weeks ago. So those are the two levels that we're looking at. If we come down to the 1 hour, you'll see that's where we are. Okay, so there's the trend line. The blue is the trend line, and those are the two levels. So that's kind of the area that I would expect us to come and target. A break below this level of 24283 is going to be pretty bearish, I think, is the polite way to put it. So that's the level that we're looking for. Okay, so I suspect more downside, probably come and test this trend line, and then we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. If we do break through this trend line and come back and test it, then I think we would have confirmed the direction, and then what we're going to do is get an extended period of downside. And what's starting to look like happening is that your Christmas rally is a non-event, or I suppose it is going to be a Christmas rally, but it's going to be to the downside. And for as long as the politicians are trying to play silly games, I have a feeling investors are going to start vacating the market in large numbers. And yeah, it's not going to be pretty. So I just want to just go back to when the last crash was. It was this one here. So this was over a year where it wasn't that much. It was only 5,000 odd points. But have a look at how we consolidated for most of the year here and then fell off. And I'm looking at the monthly, okay? And here you can see the latter half of this year was a big confusion consolidation, and then we rallied. I don't have much. Oh, I do. Not much more data in there, but you can see what I mean. I mean, massive consolidation, then a breakthrough, the alligator, and a massive move to the downside. Where we are now is we are still above the alligator, but this is big consolidation. And look at how far this 200 moving average is on the monthly. I mean, that thing is 9,000 points away. So yeah, I have a feeling you have a double top here on the monthly. That's the reality that's playing out at the moment. And this range bar is the critical factor. So a break above there would have given me confidence we're moving to the upside. which is what I was expecting, to be honest. But now, if we break below this here, you can almost say we have a wedge. Okay, or alternatively a double top. And the double top is going to be a 3,500 points. Okay, anyway, that's kind of what I'm starting to believe now. Is I think this rally is over, and it's going to come down in spectacular fashion. Anyway, so for today, you're looking for shorts, just not from this level here. Try and wait for some kind of a pullback, some kind of a consolidation, and then get into it. So what you want to try to do is you want a consolidation period like this, because then what you can do is you can draw in a trend line like that, and you can go down to 12 minutes or something. Oh, well, you would have missed it on this, but you could basically look for a break of these fractals here, because what it does for you is it gives you a 100-point stop loss instead of a 500-point stop loss. Okay, so anyway, guys, that's my take on this at the moment. You want to be short, but not here. So wait for some kind of a pullback. Pay attention to your 1 hour. Come back towards the alligator, which would probably be a retest of this swing low here. So up, short, and then look for these bottom levels. Just be careful on these bottom levels. Don't assume that you're going to break through, especially this trend line. So the bulls are still going to try and defend this trend line. They've done it all year, so they're going to keep trying again. But I suppose a break through that, then they will give up, and the bears will take ownership of this. Okay, anyway, that's my view on this at the moment. Starting to swing towards a center rally to the downside, and we've got non-farm payrolls coming up, which is going to throw a span in the works tomorrow as well. So I think be very careful. Just keep your stops tight. Follow the fractal levels on an hour or a 30-minute, just for your stop levels. Okay, anyway, guys, that's it for today. Hope it helps you anyway, and I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.